Yes, we're live. CM Punk, welcome to Rock 95.5.
Is it unprofessional to be eating blueberries while doing an interview?
No, I'd only have it that way. I think blueberry. I was going to ask you actually. I can't remember. Are you vegan?
Or I'm not vegan. No.
Vegetarian or something?
I lean vegetarian. I'll eat fish every now and again. So pescatarian, I suppose you could say.
Okay, because I was going to ask you about that McDonald's thing, like that new McDonald's sandwich where it's the fish, the chicken. Because I remember your Twitter, like your profile picture used to say like, I once tipped a stripper with a fillet of fish. You had that up there for like 10 years. I know that was a joke.
That was lifetimes ago.
But I didn't know if you were a fillet of fish fan. And they now have a like fillet of fish chicken sandwich.
I will eat McDonald's, but it's always breakfast. I just get the egg McMuffins, throw out the bread and eat the eggs because they use real eggs. So
yeah.
No.
So what's it like? You're back. I interviewed you right after you came back at the United Center. That was the greatest live event I've ever been to. The only other greatest live event was when you ran through the crowd with the belts at Money in the Bank. That was unbelievable. The United Center thing was just as good. What's it like now? You've been back a few months. How do you feel? Is it everything you thought? Is it better?
There's a lot of work, but it's rewarding work. You know what I mean? Like I tried to tell myself that I can't care as much as I used to, right? Because I just burn out. It's a big reason why, I was gone for 7 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's hard to do what we do at this level without caring. You know what I mean? So instead, I've adapted the philosophy of just kind of leaving everything at work. You know what I mean? And then when I'm not there, I'm not there. But I'm spread very thin, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just when I'm at AEW, I'm just there 100%. I'm so on that I need the days off that I have in between every Wednesday or Friday or whatever like that to recuperate. The problem is I'm such an asshole. I have like 4 other jobs and I don't have time to decompress.
Yeah.
So is it everything I thought it would be? It's that 10 times 10. But my barometer of whether it's all worth it, so to say, is I look forward to getting on a plane. I hate leaving my dog. I hate leaving my wife. Maybe not in that order. Maybe in that order. I don't know. But I get excited for road trips, because it's one day and I get to do what I am falling back in love with and I have fun with it. So yeah, it's everything I thought it could be and more times 10, and it's challenging but everything that's worth doing is hard. So it's rewarding.
And by the way, AEW Dynamite and Rampage, you get both shows at the Wintrust Arena. Tickets still available. AllEliteWrestling.com. Wintrust Arena is awesome. So it's cool that you guys are in these different arenas. You go to the Now Arena, you go to the Wintrust, you were at the United Center. It's just cool to move around. And I know the Allstate Arena is like, that's like the home of wrestling in Chicago. But these arenas are becoming like that. Like the Now Arena is kind of becoming our wrestling arena. And now the Wintrust too.
The Now Arena, for my return to professional wrestling, painted a mural of me on their wall, and it is there permanently until they paint over it. You know what I mean? Until I do something stupid and get canceled, and they have to paint over the mural. But exactly. It's there. It's pretty permanent. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of a sucker for Wintrust and obviously.
It's right by your house.
Center, because they are, but they're in Chicago proper, right?
Yeah.
I even gave AEW flack a couple of years ago when they're like, "We're coming to Chicago," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Where is it?" And I look, and I'm like, "That's Hoffman Estates.
Exactly.
What are you doing?"
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can't take the train there. That's not Chicago.
No.
But all these other companies have been doing. I mean, WWE's been doing it for years. Like, "Oh, we're coming to Chicago." Yeah, you're in Rosemont. I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
You can take the train to Rosemont, though, so that's a positive. But I'm a sucker for Wintrust because it's Chicago proper. I think that's always a thumbs up. You can take buses, trains, whatever.
At Chicago, when you could get a ticket for not having your license plate sticker up to date? Because if you're in the suburbs, they don't care.
No.
In Chicago, you get a ticket immediately. So,
well, the city needs that. City needs that money, right?
Exactly. I just paid $165 for my sticker. That's why I'm bringing it up. I'm like, this is ridiculous. 100,
right.
like,
that's why I don't drive anywhere. Take the train. You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah. So, okay. So you and MJF finally. Here's my fear is that MJF is going to like try to screw the fans and he's not going to wrestle you. What are you going to do if he does that? Because I know you said you're going to have some backup coming. I think we lost CM Punk. Hello. Oh, we lost. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
Sorry. I don't know if you know this, but it's like a potential blizzard outside. And I think it's already messing with my internet.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So what are you going to do if MJF just says, I'm not wrestling you. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
I'll just chase him. I'll just have to be faster than the last time he ran. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what he does. He's going to try to shortchange the fans, and we're in Chicago, so I'm not going to let him. That's really a promise. I will get my hands on MJF tomorrow.
So the match is happening, no matter what you're saying.
Yes, 100%.
That's good to know, because I think a lot of people.
That's a promise. That's a promise.
Oh,
for Chicago's own CM Punk. I was on the Bozo Show. I would not lie to the people.
I was too, but I didn't make it on. I was just in the crowd. My mom got tickets. She waited for like 7 years to get them. And then they took us out of school and it was like the biggest deal ever. The janitor came to get me and everyone's like cheering and they're like, oh my God, Abe's going to the Bozo Show.
Oh yeah. Big deal.
You didn't play a game, did you?
I did. I played, there was like a hot potato with derby hats. And one of them had yellow polka dots on it.
Oh my God. Did you get like Hubba Bubba soda or something for winning?
I got the board game. I did win. I got the board game. I cheated too. I got the board game. Don't Wake the Dragon. I got a Crayola smelling shampoo in the shape of a big Crayola marker.
Yeah.
And some other various accoutrements. David
Arquette owns Bozo now.
I know.
You know that, right?
That's pretty gnarly. I know.
And are you friendly with him because he was into wrestling and stuff, or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you be Bozo?
Could I be Bozo?
Yeah, could you be the next? Because he's going to make movies. Why don't you be the next Bozo?
Well, it hasn't been offered to me, but I don't know. Those are big shoes to fill, literally and figuratively. You got to go to school. You got to go to clown college, man. Yeah. I don't know. Like I've gone to various clown colleges, but not the official clown college.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be Wizzo or something.
I feel like there's probably a union. There'd probably be like big clown heat, you know what I mean?
Clown union.
Clown heat.
Do you feel like that, like, because MJF idolized you as a kid, right? Like, you're like Miyagi and he's like Daniel. Like, do you feel, because he's great, right? And he learned from you. Do you feel like, are you happy when you see how great he's become? I mean, I know you're feuding with him now, so you can't really, and I know things are real heated, but that's how.
Listen, like you can think somebody's a complete trash bag prick and still kind of be proud of him. You know what I mean? But I've forgotten more things about what we do than he's ever learned. So
yeah,
he's in for some lessons. School is in session, as I like to say.
But isn't it great that like this feud is heated? Like, it's mean. You guys are talking smack. Like, you guys are saying mean stuff to each other. Isn't that what wrestling should be? Like, I feel like now a lot of people are so worried about hurting each other's feelings backstage or something. Like, you guys are going for it. You're both super mean.
I think if he says stuff that makes me feel a certain way, I think that's great. Because if he's pissing me off, if he's upsetting me, he's upsetting my fans. And I think that generates interest, and that's what we want, right? Like,
yeah.
I have to 100% value somebody's opinion for them to truly be able to hurt my feelings. And, after doing this for X amount of years, after fighting in the UFC and just hearing about how I lost, and, trust me, I'm Teflon at this point.
Yeah.
You got to really do something stupid to severely get under my skin.
Yeah.
He comes pretty close though. You know what I mean? And when you say these things, you should expect to get punched in the face, and that's exactly what's going to happen tomorrow night at the Wintrust Arena.
I have an insult that no one's ever used on him, and it's really mean. But you should refer to the neck nipple that he has. He has that birthmark on his neck. You could say that neck nipple. He has a huge birthmark on his.
Way more invested in this than I am. I've never really taken the time to look.
Yeah, take a look, because when you're trying to insult someone, you want to find the meanest stuff you could say, and I feel like that one might get to him.
No, I'm just gonna kick him in the ribs.
Let me ask you this: you wore those Muay Thai shorts when you wrestled Eddie Kingston. Those are the greatest wrestling shorts I've ever seen in my life. That should be like your permanent outfit. Those are awesome.
I didn't like the way they looked on me. They
what?
was a bad cut. I'm still struggling with how I look in gear and everything. Like it's a process, trying to find the right material and the right cut for trunks and for long boys. Like it's a process, man.
I'm telling you, those Muay Thai shorts are awesome. They're
I've never seen Rufus Sport Muay Thai shorts now. That's what I got to do. I got to get a pair of those and just hand them over and be like, here's your pen template. Like, make some trunks out of these.
Yeah. Well, you lost a ton of weight when you started fighting MMA. You got down to like 170 pounds. In WWE, what were you, like 200 or something?
I was probably the last couple of years of my career, 210-ish, 220, something like that.
So you're like 30, 40 pounds lighter. So, you're not going to look the same.
Yeah. No. And I got a lot of loose skin, like a newborn puppy, That's what weight cutting does to you. It's all good.
Exactly. Are you ready for the Misfits at Riot Fest?
What is this? Riot Fest?
The Misfits are going to be at Riot. Oh, that's right. You have that thing with Riot Fest. I forgot.
Misfits played Riot Fest like 7 years ago or something like
that.
No,
they're coming this year.
They're doing it again?
Yeah, it's the Misfits and My Chemical Romance are headlining. They already announced it.
I saw Misfits. I saw them when they did Riot Fest. I saw them play the Garden. Riot Fest is just I don't know. Riot Fest is played out. You know what I mean? It's old news. Riot Fest is old news. A guy like MJF would go to Riot Fest. You know what I mean?
Any dream matches left for you? Like, you've wrestled. Who would be? Is there anyone left for you?
Oh, there's everybody. I haven't even wrestled MJF yet.
Yeah.
I think everybody. It's such a cop-out answer, right? Everybody on the AEW roster, but if you look at it, really, Cody's a big one. I'd really like to mess with Cody and his fans, Mr. I don't want to be a bad guy. Like, I'll tell you what you're going to be,
Exactly.
Young Bucks. I'm always backstage pitching ideas for me and a tag partner against the Young Bucks. I really want to tag with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, you can't do that now, though, because he's a heel.
Why not? I don't give a shit.
True.
I'll fight him. I'll fight him too. How about John Moxley? I've never wrestled John Moxley. I wrestled Dean Ambrose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about Kenny Omega?
Would love it. Would love it. I don't know what's going on with Kenny though. I don't know. I read what everybody else reads, and I hear things about surgery and whatnot, but I don't know how positive or how true that is. I just know he's banged up for sure, and I'm glad he's taking some time off. Because when CM Punk does wrestle Kenny Omega, I want him to be 100%.
Yeah.
There's so many dudes though. How about Hook?
Yeah, I love Hook.
That kid, for the first time, like somebody's making memes like saying so and so is fears Hook. CM Punk fears Hook. Yeah, I do. 100%. I'm 43 years old. He's like 16. I don't want to get in trouble. You're going to hurt a teenager. What do you go to jail for that sort of thing nowadays?
Yeah. It is crazy. Tom Brady retired today, and you guys are basically, I know you're younger, but you're basically the same age, and you're just getting started again. So,
don't compare me to Tom Brady, man. Come on.
What about you?
I am Tom Brady. No, go ahead.
What about you and Bryan Danielson? You and Bryan Danielson at Wrigley Field. That to me, for you, is amazing. That would be the biggest thing you guys could do. I think that's the biggest match.
It'd be the biggest thing I've ever done in my career, hands down, easily.
There's never been a wrestling match at Wrigley, at least not, probably since the 70s or whatever. I don't even know if there were back then.
Call up Ricketts. I don't know if they ever did wrestling at Wrigley. I know they used to do shows at Comiskey. right? AWA did shows at Comiskey. I think it used to be the all-time gate record. I think it was maybe Fez versus Hackenschmidt, I think, at
Oh,
Comiskey.
wow.
Or it's somebody, yeah, Fez worked somebody at Comiskey, and it held the gate record in pro wrestling for a very, very long time. So yeah, I would very much like to wrestle at Wrigley Soldier Field. I mean, I don't know what they call Comiskey nowadays. I would love to wrestle there too. You know, I think
Yeah.
I think Chicago is always a hot market for AEW, and I really do think those are things that are in the realm of possibility. You know, you just got to find the right match and, you know, build a card around it.
When you mentioned the massive snowstorm that we're supposed to get here today.
Mm-hmm.
When you see people who come here like for Christmas and they play in our snow, like people from California, and they put up Instagram pictures like, oh, Kelly people in the snow. It's like, you don't get to play in our snow. Like, you either live here and you deal with it the whole winter. You can't just come here and take a couple pictures. You're not.
We're not gatekeeping, Abe. We're not gatekeeping snow. Okay, people can come here and they can play in the snow all they want. I don't care. That's the fun thing about it, you know. Come hang out, you know. Just don't be a jerk. We're not gatekeeping snow, Abe. What are you doing? Come on, man.
It makes me sick because they come here during Christmas. They're like, oh, we want a white Christmas. I don't want a white Christmas because I know if it starts snowing at Christmas, we're fucked until March. Like, at least
you need to go to California, you know.
Well, I don't want
some of that sunshine. That's what you need to do.
But Chicago's the greatest city. I can't leave here. But it's like, that's part of it, right?
Just don't go to Hawaii, okay? We gotta leave the Hawaiians alone. Those poor indigenous Hawaiians are just getting inundated with white people constantly, like ruining everything for them, drinking their water, using all their resources. Like, stay away. Like, I love Hawaii. I went to Hawaii on my honeymoon, but leave the people alone, man. Like, stop it. You know?
Is that going on now? Are a lot of people moving to Hawaii?
I don't think people are moving there. I think people go there on extended vacations and just wreak havoc. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think people need to be more mindful of their impact on, you know, not only climate, but like their surroundings, you know?
Yeah. Well, before I let you go, you have great taste in music. This is Rock 95.5, a new Chicago rock station. Who are some bands that people should be checking out?
Last time I got asked that question, I put over Amyl and the Sniffers really big. Their last album is a treat. In fact, I'm going to listen to it as soon as I'm done talking to you. And I got to go run errands and then pick up a friend from the airport. So Amyl and the Sniffers, great band, great new album. And I think Turnstile is a band that a lot of people are finally getting into, and they've been great for many, many years. And then there's always, you know, I've been listening to a lot of Sepultura lately.
Oh,
they're a great band. Oh, Issues. Did I lose you again?
No, I'm still here. With
No?
Max,
Okay.
with Max or post Max?
With Max. I haven't really messed with post Max Sepultura. You know, I'm like an old dude. I'm set in my ways.
Do you remember Soulfly?
Chaos AD and all that. Yeah, I remember Soulfly.
So when you were a kid, you were at the Aragon, you were at the Vic, you were at the Riv, you were at the Metro. Those were your venues, right?
Yes.
Do you feel
100%?
Okay. Do you feel like the scene is like back then? Like, I was at concerts every weekend in high school. Like, there was so much going on. The Double Door I was at every weekend, all those places.
I was at the Fireside most of the time.
The Fireside too, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think today is the anniversary of Dookie coming out. Like, almost, God, I don't know, 25 plus years ago.
Was that 90?
Like that.
What year was that?
That was 94.
Okay, so that's what, 18 years?
And that's what changed everything. That's when I had to start going. That's when I had to start going to the Aragon, because there was in 93 I saw Green Day play the Fireside Bowl. And then in 94, I had to go to the Aragon to see him.
Oh,
Things
my God.
have changed. Yeah.
Are you one of those fans that would get bitter? Like, you're like, fuck that, man. This sucks. Because, like, all these people who hated them, you know, before, they'd make fun of you because you were a Green Day fan, probably, right? And
so
now
I think for certain, there probably was a time where I did some semi-gatekeeping of my own, but I learned very, very fast. I just thought it was a silly thing to do. You know what I mean? Good music is good music. I would, you know, good taste. There's good taste and there's bad taste. Like if you're into it, cool. If you're not, you have bad taste, you know. But I definitely wouldn't punish anybody nowadays because everything's so subjective. Like look what I do. Professional wrestling, it's subjective.
Yeah.
Acting, it's subjective. You know, like I have to sit back and listen to everybody on Twitter either say what I do is the greatest thing in the world or what I do is the worst thing in the world. And chances are, you know, it's probably somewhere in the middle. Like most of the people who are super, super negative have probably never seen my movies or the television shows I've been on. And they probably have just started watching wrestling in like the past 5 years. So like there's, you know, it's all water off the duck's back. You just kind of gotta just do you and not really worry about it. So I'm much less concerned about what people are listening to or doing. Like, and especially if it's a friends band or something like that, I want everybody to like them because that means more money in their pockets, you know? And
exactly.
Unfortunately we live in a capitalist society. So, you know, money is a thing that people need.
I loved what you were doing this weekend where you were trolling people with like pictures from like 17 years ago for the Royal Rumble. You're like, guys, I'm in St. Louis and all these morons are like going crazy.
Well, listen, from my perspective, you know, when I left, that's what it was every year. And this is the first year they've had the Royal Rumble that I've been back in wrestling, and I worked somewhere else and people were still making shit up saying that I was going to be in the Rumble or Cody was going to be in the Rumble or Moxley was going to be in the Rumble. I get it. People want to get excited about it, but you know, like if you want to watch us, watch AEW, you know? So I like, you know, that's what Twitter is for. Twitter's a cesspool and it's garbage and I want to delete it off my phone, but every once in a while it's a ray of sunshine, you know?
I saw
some fun stuff.
I saw Dave Meltzer put something about like Cody was me in the Rumble. And then you said, Dave, am I going to be in the Rumble?
I wanted to test the waters, see if I was going to be in it. They awesome. Wish, you know, they wish.
Oh my God. They need you bad.
No,
I don't know what, I mean, it could have, I'm glad you're in AEW. For me, you know, I'm a huge I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, but I was not watching it that much until you came back. So you've really saved wrestling for me as a lifelong fan. I mean, I love watching again because of you. And then I love AEW. And there's guys in WWE that are good, you know, Paul Heyman, of course. And there's a lot of people who are still good, but like, it's just different. It's different when you see what you guys are doing, what you and MJF are doing. That couldn't happen in WWE.
No, I don't think a lot of the stuff we do in AEW would happen in WWE. But that's you know, it's apples and oranges, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's AEW. It's you get Dynamite and you get Rampage. Wintrust Arena.
You shouldn't leave once the show starts. You shouldn't leave because it's going to be in the middle of a blizzard. I would like to stress that everybody that's coming to the show, please be safe. Please be careful.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be pretty gnarly out. I just want everybody to be safe first and foremost.
Yeah, but the good thing is, like you said, it's in Chicago, so it's easier to get to. At least for me, it is. I mean, a lot of people, it's probably harder. But Wintrust Arena, CM Punk against MJF, and you made the CM Punk Bozo the Clown Chicago guarantee that this match will happen.
Yes, 100%.
Why are you guys doing it on TV? I know you're in Chicago, but why not save this for a pay-per-view? I mean, I'm sure you'll also wrestle on the pay-per-view. I'm sure something's gonna happen. then there'll be a stipulation for the pay-per-view. But
only wrestling fans will complain about getting a hot match on free television. You know, like only wrestling fans. Oh, I would save this for the pay-per-view. Like, okay, pal, like we're giving to you for free.
Exactly.
Like, you know, maybe just enjoy it.
They will talk shit about anything. Like you said, your Twitter is people who are just like worshiping you and people who want to kill you. It must be so weird to see that.
But you can't win. And this is just this. I implore all humans to understand that you cannot win. You cannot be beholden to what nameless, faceless people on the internet say about you. It doesn't matter. Like you have to find inner peace and be happy with what you're doing. And I 100% am that guy. I'm stoked to be where I am. I got a lot of cool projects coming up aside from AEW. And I get to go home to a very beautiful, smart, talented woman and my dog Larry like every night. So like it can't be beat, you know, like Johnny 256 6969 on Twitter.
69, yeah.
Yeah, I trust me. You could say whatever you want about me, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I sucked in UFC. That's cool. Like, I get that video game money, so
Hey,
I'm okay.
Hey, at least with no experience, you went in the UFC Octagon. Like, they should praise you for that.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid, right? That's what? All right.
At least, hey, you tried, right? I mean,
hey, I'm real life Rocky. All right, I've never seen a Rocky movie. I don't care what anybody says. They like Rocky. They should like me.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I don't care.
Do you want to mention any of those other projects? You have the comic books and stuff. Anything else? Are you going to be back on Heels on Stars? Anything else?
Oh yeah, Heels is full force. Once that starts up, I'm probably going to be
main character.
I don't want to think about. I don't want to think about it. But you will see more Ricky Rabies in the second season, and there's some other stuff. But I'm that guy that I don't like to talk about it until it's out there. So
yeah,
you'll see when you see.
The most important thing, allelitewrestling.com. This thing's going to sell out. We know that, but just you're running out of time to get tickets. Dynamite Rampage starts at 6. Both shows. CM Punk. Oh, hello? CM Punk. Yeah, I'm still here.
I keep losing.
I was just telling people to go to the show. But yeah, so tomorrow night, Rampage. Can you hear me? I'm still here. Hello? Can you hear me? No? Your volume might be off, or you might have it on mute or something.
Okay. I can't hear you. I suck.
Oh, it's okay. I'll let you.
We're just waving goodbye.
You could hear me, right? Could you hear me
Bye.
or no? Bye. All right. CM Punk, allelitewrestling.com, Dynamite and Rampage, Wintrust Arena tomorrow, 6 p.m. Go. We're out.